What is good, everybody? This is another video, but I'm gonna focus more on just the 120 gallon, being that we have a fry right here, zebra convict, and the Honduran red point, a little hybrid jump off. And then we come over here to the pink convict and the Honduran red point. And honestly, I've never seen a hybrid mix with either one of these, to be honest. But we can clearly see that we have a fry back there, and man, aren't those gonna look beautiful? The pink convict, the Honduran red point. I mean, you put those two together and that's what that fry is looking like. On the other hand, you got these two, and although they do look similar because they have the stripes, they are two different types of fish. They do say the Honduran red point is like the cousin of the convict, so a little bit of kissing cousins right now. But at the end of the day, the cool part about this is you don't see these two breeding a lot, you know? And when I actually bought the Honduran red points, I wanted to breed the convict with them. That was one of my ideas. And I never thought that it would come to life, and then all of a sudden it comes to life in this way, to see two different convicts breeding with the Honduran red points, because you have those two big males right there. And you can see the Nicaraguan really getting feisty as well. And I don't think he liked that too much because the Nicaraguan kind of got him. But that's how it is going right now. They're protecting the fry. Nicaraguan's getting pissed off here and there because he's getting jumped from behind. And Parrotfish and the other pink convict are kind of just staying out the way, saying, man, that's your battle, it is not mine. You know, pretty much the Parrotfish right now is, he's shitting. That's what that comes down to. I don't know what the hell she wants to, she's thinking. But like I said, she does lay a lot of eggs, so I think she's just checking out which male is the sexiest, I guess. I don't know. She got the best view in the house. So a lot of action going on inside, and you know, I don't want to get too close because anytime I get close up, the aggression actually starts up. I don't know if they're just, I don't know what it is, you know. It's maybe because I feed them and they get real aggressive over food as well. So I want to kind of stay out the way, but I want to show you what we got going on here. And pretty much today is the first day that I've seen both fry. They definitely built a nest around the same time because they have, you know, fry around the same age. So very, very cool to see this. It's like a once in a lifetime thing if you think about it, to actually, you know, witness what we got going on here. I've never seen a fish tank that had, you know, babies from two different pairs. So very cool. My plan is I'm gonna set up a small tank, and I'm gonna take water either out of the 120 or out of the 200, and I'm gonna take a few pebbles or rocks out of this filter. This way, when I start cycling it inside the smaller tank that I make for the babies, it's already good, ready to go. So that's my plan. Kind of sticking to it. So I just don't want, you know, I don't want the babies to get killed off, you know, before I can figure out a game plan. But I mean, you can clearly see these babies are out in the open and they're just sucking up babies, spitting them back, and I'm sure the Nicaraguan's gonna pick some off. But I have heard about fries coming together, but the beef that these two pairs got, I don't see that happening, not in a long shot. So I am going to get everything ready to go. I'm gonna try to set something up. This way we can try to get both of these clutches here, these fry, out of this fish tank and into something a little more safer, because I really want to see what the babies are going to look like. You know, I have an idea what they're going to look like with these two, but you know, with the pink convict and the Honduran red, man, they might come out to be super cool, half striped, half pink, who knows. So very, very cool, man. I am just super pumped for this. So I am going to get started, get some things together, get a tank all in order, and get ready to pull these babies. I'm probably gonna leave them in tonight. I hope that's a good idea. You know, I hope that's a good idea. But they're such good parents. I have a feeling that you know, they're not going to let their babies out of their sight, even if they lose a couple. I guess, you know, 300 drops to 200. So, but definitely a lot of aggression. So let's get started. Let's get these tanks going. All right, so this is a little beta baby aquarium that I had built. It was a baby plywood aquarium. That's what it was. And I mean, it was originally for baby fry. That's what it was. And I had put a little mini internal filter in it, and you know, epoxied it. And then you can see I put this blue sand and I pretty much epoxied it all on, made a little cave in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a piece of filter pad from the internal filter on the 200, and I'm gonna put it in here. This way it has that bio on it. I'm also gonna use a little bit of the water. Now, this is a pump from a 10-gallon waterfall filter, something like that. And it fits inside here. So what I'm gonna do is put some media in it, and I'm gonna put, like I said, the filter sponge inside of it, and we're gonna come up with a little waterfall to come right over it. And what I'm also gonna do is put that blue sand on the bottom, and probably put a couple little plants growing out the top. And the only other thing I want to do is get a light that comes up higher. So few minor things I want to do, but I definitely want to get this set up and everything good, ready to go, so when I have no more time to waste, I can pull these out. Now, it's not about losing the fry, you know. But I want to see, really want to see what I don't know if that's a pink or a platinum convict right there, that pink and that Honduran red point. I am so interested to see how those babies are gonna look. And I have already seen their babies. Some of them are in the pond and they're incredible looking. So there are a lot of babies and they're gonna continue to breed and have fry, and it might be convict city, you know. The thing is, I really want to get a good amount on each side, you know, before, you know, these other fish start really sniping them out, because that's what they do, you know. So want to get this baby aquarium over here all set up. This way I can net a couple of them, get them in here, and yeah, we can watch them grow and then move them to bigger and better aquariums. I can't just put them in this 50. I would, but we have a couple of red-eye tetras, and although they're not aggressive, they still will eat those little babies because they're tiny. So so I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna try to get a few things I need. Probably coming to the paludarium, I might grab a fern or two, put a little color in here, and then you know, go on from there. So let me get everything organized. The main thing is trying to get this filter set up, and yeah, let's see the finished product. Alright, so this is the final touches on the baby aquarium. It's not big. I don't think it's going to be able to house all of the fry, but I will put quite a bit in here. I'll probably put some in the paludarium and around. You can see I'm still working a little bit on this waterfall, trying to give it a little bit more movement, a little bit of waves on top. I also have to make a light tomorrow. It is nighttime right now, so I'm not really worried about it, but I'll put a little something over it, a little light, and nothing crazy, because I'm gonna be starting this aquarium shelf going up. So this is just temporary. I'll probably fit this in though to the actual aquarium going up, so that might just be, you know, just in the mix as it goes up, which will be pretty cool. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun little project. And I did put the tank down there. You can see how good that's growing. We gotta wait for the rest of the seeds to sprout before I can fill that up with water, and then that will be a lot of the fry. So we'll have both going on and both of them hooked up as we come up. I'll probably have the 10 and the baby, and then I'll build a bigger stand over it, and I'm gonna build a nice little plywood aquarium for that corner and whatnot. But you can see how they are doing. They are trying to keep their babies right in that area. And if you look over here, you can see all the babies back in that corner. Seems like those babies in the corner are smarter than these, because these guys just want to take off and go crazy, and the parents have to continue to get them in order. So but things are looking real good. You know, it's about 8:30 at night right now. The lights are going to be going down, so we're going to see how they do overnight, and if we see any drastic changes, I'll get the babies out sooner. But yeah, this is just a nice little something. Put a couple of lucky bamboo in there, some pothos, there's hornwort, ferns, that Australian plant that I can't pronounce. Yeah, it's something small, but them babies are tiny. We're gonna put a couple in here and see how good they do, you know. I don't want to put them all in here and all of a sudden they all drop dead. That would not be cool. But I will try to scatter them around. I am worried about putting them in this 50 because of those red-eye tetras, but we'll just have to see and see how things go. I just feel like if I put them in the paludarium, they have a half chance because these guys are pretty big, and I don't know if they'll eat them, but they can definitely kill them. So we're just gonna have to play it by ear and figure out some things. So that is what I got going on. I'll catch you in the morning, and good night. All right, so it's the following day, and you can see that this fry is out. They are no longer underneath this. They're coming out, they're getting ballsy. The Nicaraguan picked off a couple. You can see this fry over here is kind of chilling in that corner, but the funny thing is, this pink convict, she will come over here. If a baby goes too far out, she'll steal a baby and then spit it into her nest. How insane. So the fish are definitely getting a little ballsier though. So they're coming out quite a bit, and it's total chaos because there's so much fighting, so much aggression, and I think it is coming up to that time of getting these guys out. I can't watch it no more. So I did get this tank completed, so we're gonna put one set of fry in here, and then I got this little beta tank, whatever you want to call it. It holds water for now. So I'm gonna set this one up. We're gonna pop a light right there. We're also gonna make a light for this. And like I said, it is temporary, but we gotta put them somewhere. And I really don't want to start up this 10-gallon until we have all the seeds sprouting like I planned. So unfortunately, I don't want to go with that. I mean, I could, but still, I think I'd rather take a little bit of time and do it the right way, and yeah, go on from there. So gotta set this beta tank up so I can get these guys in. So let me get started with that before they lose all of them. I mean, they are so out of that cave. And you can see the Nicaraguans just waiting to pick another one off. So let's get this going. So yes, I am still at work right now trying to get things all in order. But you can see there is a ton of babies still. They're really not getting picked off. But you know what's gonna happen. So what we got here is I ended up putting a little something together, just a little sponge filter back there. And then what I did for lighting was I pretty much just screwed in two 1x2s and put a piece of acrylic over the top and just slid a light right in there. something pretty simple that didn't take much time. Now I got to figure out how I want to do this one. I want to do it similar. You know, I want to pretty much just make something that isn't going to take too long to make. So we're going to put one fry in there, the other fry in here. So a little different method. I got the sponge filter, as you can see, and this is actually a 24/7 light. I don't know how I want to do that yet. I will put it on the timer. As you can see, I got cords everywhere. Haven't thought the plug situation through. I actually just moved this washer machine. Got to get a stackable up in here, but that's for another time. Now, hopefully I can make this light pretty quick, and then we can get started with trying to net these guys out. So, man, it's gonna be a little nerve-wracking, but let me see if I can finish this light. We got everything we want done, just one more light to go. Alright, so I'm halfway through this little concoction, and plan is obviously put the light here, but I don't want the light shining anywhere. So, you know, what I did is give it a little bit, maybe like an inch. And what I'm gonna do is check to see how the height is, and wherever the height is, I can always put this on blocks, do what I have to do. So I'm about to check it out, and let's see how it looks. Alright, so what do you think? I think it is a little bit low. I gotta bring it up. That's all there is to it. We gotta bring it up pretty high, actually. So what we're gonna do is bring it up. Maybe we should give it a little paint job. Maybe not make it look so silly. And yeah, we'll bring it up almost a foot and call it a day. Yeah, it's got to come up quite a bit. All right, let's alter some things up here. Well, it does not get uglier than this. That's got to be one of the ugliest light stands on the face of this earth, but it's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is give it a minute, paint that black, and check it out. Alright, so besides a couple plugs that have to get fixed up and some things needed to be adjusted, I think that actually came out decent. Not as ugly as you think once it's painted. I mean, it's still ugly, a little uneven. What are you gonna do? But now that we have both little beta aquariums ready to go, it's gonna be time to get these fish in here. So you can see we have enough movement that puts enough air in, and sponge filter that obviously puts some air in. And we got the lights all set up. Still a couple adjustments once I get the fish in there, but this is now going to be the hard part. You can see these guys are scattered all over the place, and you can see these guys, they hang out. And what's cool about these fry here is at night they go, all of them go right in the cave. So these guys just stay going crazy. That's why they're getting picked off left and right. So it is game time. it's going to be hard to film this while I try to catch them, so I don't think that is going to be happening. What I'm going to do though is I have this net here, so I can get them all in this net at the top and transfer them from there. So let's get these fish out of here. And yeah, look at the parrotfish holding her own. Man, it's getting feisty in here. It has been wild. So let's get these babies out, get them in their new homes, which for now, I like it. It's a nice little addition. And they came out pretty good. Got some moss on there. And yeah, let's get these guys in there. Alright, so I ended up getting a bunch of babies, and there's still a lot there. And I also got a bunch from over here, and that pink convict, she grabbed her babies and she spit them in that cave so fast. So the pink convict, I ended up getting probably about 30, maybe 40. And from the middle of the tank, maybe a little more. So what I'm gonna do is just let them adjust to this water, because I think it is a little cooler. And we're gonna put them in to the fish tanks here, into the little fish tanks. I want to make sure that they do good. So as long as they're all still alive tomorrow, I will get the rest. But definitely want to do a test first before I throw all of them in there. So that is where we're at right now. I'm about to put the babies in there, and these guys are pissed off. But I did leave some in there for them, so yeah, a lot of aggression. You're welcome. All right, let me finish this. All right, so we got about 40 to 50 in both tanks here. And you can see they really stay at the bottom. I mean, they are really young. So this is definitely going to be a test run, just to make sure that these guys live and, you know, there's no problems inside both of these beta tanks. I mean, soon I am going to be upgraded them, but right now I'm in the middle of growing some grass and plants, so they are just gonna have to live in here. And yeah, it's amazing how many there are and how hard they are to find. I mean, a lot of them are just right on the ground. So small. So small. So cool. Man, this has been such a, you know, a fun process, man. Just so cool. This has been so cool, man. From the beginning of, you know, buying each type of fish to go into the pond, hoping that they'd get bigger, hoping that they would live, and then hoping they would crossbreed. And here we are, with the Honduran red point and the pink convict babies right in front of our face. And then the Honduran red point and the striped convict babies right down here. What a cool experience this has been. And it's just so dope that I can share it with everybody. And people that find it interesting like myself can just enjoy seeing this. I mean, this is cool, man. This is so cool. It shows too how good the parents are. You know, when I was trying to get these babies, they were working overtime, trying to grab the babies and spit them under. I mean, this pink convict is a beast. She was picking them babies up by like tens and spitting them inside that cave. And you can see they're all on the bottom in the cave. They're just amazing parents, and that's just so cool to see. So cool to see. You know, the only issues is, you know, I don't want to lose any fish because of the aggression. And convicts are known to kill Oscars, Dempseys. You know, when they have a fry, they're known to be that lethal. So I just want to be careful. You know, I would love to see my parrotfish lay some eggs and actually see them get fertilized. But man, so cool. And then I'm gonna bring you down here because this will be the tank when the fry get a little bigger. This will definitely be one of the tanks anyway. And you can see how long the long hair grass is. And we could start seeing the tiny leaf and the dual leaf starting. So we're just gonna give it time. I also am gonna be setting up a 20 gallon, and we're gonna use a different substrate. This really is just rocks and sand, and at the end of the day, not too much nutrition in here. But I planned on, I just wanted to try to grow some stuff and then transplant and add and whatnot. But it's definitely looking real nice. Definitely. We're gonna leave these babies in here for the night. Once I am comfortable and these guys are looking good tomorrow, then I will probably transfer the rest of them. So that will wrap it up for this video. You know, another one is coming. This has been so cool, man, and I can't wait to see what these look like when they get bigger. It's gonna be crazy. So cool, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be safe. You know.